The night sky above New York looked like it was bleeding fire. From the top of Oscorp Tower, Spider-Man watched streaks of molten light rain down from the heavens, each one exploding on impact like a miniature meteor strike. Yup, he muttered, tightening his grip on the edge of the glass. Definitely not fireworks. The city below was chaos, sirens, car alarms, and plumes of smoke rising from shattered rooftops. It wasn't until one of the flaming comets landed on the Queensboro Bridge that Spider-Man saw it clearly. It wasn't a meteor at all. It was alive. The creature stood 40 feet tall, made of molten stone and fire, its eyes burning white hot. It roared, each breath spewing embers into the wind. Spidey groaned. Awesome. The city's newest tourist attraction, a walking volcanoes. He swung toward it, weaving through falling debris, and landed on the bridge's railing just as the creature smashed its clawed hand into the asphalt. Heat rippled outward, warping the air. Spider-Man fired 2 web lines, yanking a dangling car full of terrified passengers back to safety. Okay, folks, he shouted, let's keep the lava sightseeing to a minimum. The monster turned toward him, molten drool hissing as it hit the ground. You dare challenge Moltar, the fire titan? It bellowed, voice shaking the bridge. Yeah, Spidey said, crouching low. I've fought a guy made of sand, one made of electricity, and one who just wouldn't stop talking. You're just hot and cranky. He fired a web shot at the creature's eye, but it burned up instantly. Okay, he muttered. No webs. Cool. Literally. The creature roared again and swung a flaming arm, slicing through a suspension cable. It snapped, slicing the night air like a whip. Spider-Man barely dodged, flipping midair and landing on the creature's shoulder. Ever try moisturizer? He quipped, then hissed as the heat seared through his suit. Right. Bad joke. Before he could make another move, a small orange glow streaked across the bridge from below. A familiar voice chirped through the smoke. Char. Spider-Man looked down. Charmander stood defiantly on the bridge deck, tail flame blazing brighter than ever. Buddy, Spidey called. You're seriously taking this firefighter thing too far? Charmander didn't respond, just stared at the monster towering over them, eyes fierce. Fine, Spidey said. Tag team it is. The Titan swung its arm again, molten claws tearing through a truck. Charmander leapt aside, landing on a melted guardrail, and fired a burst of flamethrower. The fire hit the Titan's chest, but instead of being absorbed, the molten surface cracked. Whoa, Spider-Man said, hanging from a cable. He's melting the crust? Impossible, the Titan bellowed. You cannot fight fire with fire. Guess you never met a Pokémon before, Spidey shot back. They kind of break the rules. The Titan slammed both hands into the bridge, sending waves of lava through the concrete. Charmander stumbled but didn't fall. He drew in a deep breath, his tail flame stretching taller than his body, and unleashed another flamethrower, this one brighter, hotter, and tinged with gold. The Titan reeled, molten chunks of its armor falling to the river below. Now, Spider-Man shouted, swinging behind the creature and firing webs into the cracks Charmander had opened. Let's see if we can cool you off. He yanked 2 loose pipes from the bridge's structure and directed them toward the Titan's chest. Water from the East River gushed through the pipes, hitting the molten surface. Steam exploded outward, shrouding the bridge in white mist. For a moment, no one could see anything, just the hiss of water on lava and the flicker of Charmander's flame glowing through the fog. When the steam cleared, the Titan stood frozen mid-roar, its molten glow extinguished. The once fiery creature had hardened into solid rock. Spider-Man landed on the bridge, coughing through the haze. Okay, he panted. Note to self, don't make lava monsters angry. They cool off fast, but not politely. Charmander waddled up beside him, panting, tail flickering low. You did it, buddy, Spidey said softly. You took down a volcano. Charmander gave a tired but proud, Char! Spider-Man patted his head. Guess that makes you the city's new fire marshal. Around them, the first rays of dawn began to peek through the smoke. Fire trucks and police car arrived, their flashing lights reflecting off the hardened Titan statue that loomed silent and still over the river. A firefighter approached, staring at Charmander in awe. That thing's a Pokémon, right? It saved us? Sure did, Spider-Man said. And don't worry, he's Union. Charmander puffed his chest, earning a few laughs from the exhausted rescue crew. As the firefighters worked to stabilize the bridge, Spider-Man crouched on a lamppost, watching the sunrise glint off the water. You know, he said, every time I think this city's out of surprises, it throws me a lava monster and a little dragon that saves the day. Charmander hopped up beside him, tail flame reflecting in the river like a second sun. Char, he said, Clout. None of each. The bold nailed a binny and prakten as the tooth produced this man. Okay, we'll correct you back. Besides your stories, you see, she did mail Charlie to the energy save.